Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate your support as usual. We are live again to do another Premier League weekend preview, predictions, whatever you want to call it. We're going to take a look at some of the statements out there from the managers who have all came out today out of the woodwork to say their piece, to talk about their respective matches and other things. Please hit the like button if you're new. Support the channel. Help us grow. This is the channel for Premier League content, so please help us out and yeah, join us. I'm sharing right now the stream with the group chat so they can come on and interact with us. Oh, what happened there,
This
man?
has come through perfectly.
There you go, Frupa.
The wonders of modern technology. Yeah?
That's right. Well, Mighty Wayne, how you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. Doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a
All
good
right.
day. Been busy this morning. Had to go down to the stadium again because we got a message. Chris and I got a message about the Chelsea Carabao Cup tickets.
What about it?
We got the message yesterday saying the payment would be taken today, and
Payment.
yet
I thought you're a season ticket holder, man.
no, you have to pay for the cup tickets. So
You do. So it's
you have to pay for the cup tickets. So as with the Wimbledon tickets, we got a message saying that the payment method had failed, which it would do because they sent the details of the card, the last four numbers on the card, and the last four numbers were a card that was replaced 18 months ago, which I told them when I renewed the season ticket. Anyway, it didn't happen. So I went out and they said, we can't change the card. This was in summer. They said, we can't change the card. You've got to go online and change the payment method. When you sign in, there is nowhere at all on the website. And even there, when I gave them my phone today, I says, you show me on there where the payment method is for the change. And they couldn't find it. So this is the ticket office at St. James's Park. They miraculously discovered how to do it in the box office. Now, I am certain that I won't be the only one going through that particular predicament when, one card expires and another one comes in, or you lose a card, or you want to stop a card for whatever reason. So I gave them two new cards, actually, when the season ticket renewal was up. And impossible to do it online.
yeah.
So there you go. So I've had a busy morning, a busy afternoon after the show up there this afternoon.
Yeah.
Been running around like a blue-arsed you-know-what.
All
That's
right,
a bit
man.
silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
A blue you-know-what fly.
All right. So the first match we gotta talk about every single matchup this weekend, which starts tomorrow. No matches, obviously today. Only a few on well, I think 3 on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll
Right.
go each
It's
one
very
by one.
unusual. 3 o'clocks tomorrow.
So that means they're not streamed,
So they're not. You can't watch those in the UK.
and that's I'm assuming these right here 9 a.m.
Your
for me.
9 p.m. Yeah.
9 a.m. 4 actually, not 3.
No, 5.
No, actually 5. Wow. So Arsenal, Brentford, Wolves, Arsenal, Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Man City, Fulham, West Ham, Ipswich. Wow, interesting. All right, right. Let's get started. Let's talk about the Cry Liverpool, Cry Me a River, Crystal Palace. Well, that's gonna be the first match of the weekend, mate. This is gonna be played in London, of course. So,
Well,
but
they would
Liverpool should have it.
certainly appear to be missing Anderson, who they sold to Fulham,
Yeah.
and they are very definitely missing the winner. Not us, Luman. That's ours. Who was the winger that we were after as well, man?
For who? For Crystal Palace?
Who went to Bayern?
Oh, Olise.
Alessi, that's the one. So they are definitely missing him
Yeah.
and missing Anderson. Because I had Crystal Palace, as top 10, comfortable top 10. But especially the way they finished last season, I mean, them and Chelsea were points above anybody else where they finished last season. And I thought that the new manager had come in, and I don't know what's happened, but unless he's either one hell of a player,
Mm-hmm.
Anderson is one hell of a player, or they have not replaced them suitably.
Yeah, certainly not doing well. Crystal Palace right now. Let me take a look at the table. Really
Well,
should be
Crystal Palace are nearly bottom and Liverpool are top.
I mean, literally. I think Crystal Palace is literally bottom, man. Let me see. Premier League.
No, I think
So Crystal
Wolves are
Palace.
bottom, I think.
Okay, so Crystal Palace 18th. Got Wolves and Southampton below them. So
Yeah.
Crystal Palace not doing good, man. I mean, this season looking. Can they get relegated? I mean, they're not a big team by any means, but I don't know the last time they were relegated. They were in the championship.
Oh, they've been in because they've been near the bottom a few times, but Roy Hodgson came in and rescued them.
Yeah,
a couple of times, and he did his stuff, but they were looking great at the end of last season.
right. All right. And of course, so I think that Liverpool is going to be. What's your prediction on this?
I'm kind of just from our point of view, I'm hoping that Palace can turn the corner. I'm going for a 1-1.
1-1. All
1-1.
right. Well, I'm going to say I think Liverpool's going to
because Palace at home are still quite a decent side, or they always have been. But that's more in hope than judgment, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool should beat them. Simple as.
Yeah, Liverpool will definitely beat them. But Arnie Slot had a lot to say. You want to listen to Arnie?
Why not?
All right.
Players having a big impact for you at the moment.
Come on, man.
3 different stages of their career. Ryan Gravenberch's 22. What do you make of the progress that he's made this season? And then also, we've seen Mo Salah and the numbers that he's producing once again. What enables him to keep producing those kind of numbers at the age, or what do you see in him that allows him to do that at the age of 32?
I think why players play well has first of all to do with the quality they have as a players. So Mo has a lot of quality, Ryan has a lot of quality. Actually, every player that plays here has a lot of quality. Now it's up to us, and I say us because not only me, my staff, it's also the players, to play in the best.
Oh, he got turned off there. Let me see. We had another clip though. I don't know why that just disappeared. But we did have another clip. That's it. Dude, if the volume is down on every one of them.
Wary about people getting carried away with the start the club have made.
No, we're at Liverpool.
Yeah, I
so
know.
Players are here used to be on top of the table. So it would be very weird if a player at Liverpool then is all of a sudden with his head in the clouds. Is that also something you say? Okay. So no, that's. But if we don't play well tomorrow, people will probably come up with that instead of saying that Palace did well or we maybe did other things wrong. But I don't see this, and that would definitely not be normal. For two reasons. These players are experienced enough to understand the league table after 6 games as well, and the schedule we had compared to some other teams. Second of all, Virgil, Ali, Trent, Robbo, they won the league here. Mo, they won the league here. They won the Champions League here. So for them, it's a nice thing to be on top of the table, but I'm not expecting them to watch their mobile every second of the day, seeing them being top of the table.
There you go. Arnie Slot showing.
When you've done it, what I keep on saying, once you've done it, it's easier to do it again. We are still trying for that first time.
He's been on top of the table. All right, next match is Arsenal Southampton. Please in the chat, get involved. Leave us your predictions. We want to know what you think of these matches coming up. Arsenal also fighting for the championship. Well, for the Premier League actually. But you get the point. Against Southampton, a bottom of the team, they should at the Emirates. This should be easy for them, right?
Oh dear, the Mackhams have just taken the lead against Leeds.
Oh, that ain't good, man. They're
That's
gonna come
bad.
up.
Well, I
and
don't
hunt
know.
you.
I wouldn't mind them back up again. I missed the derbies.
I don't give a
But
shit.
anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, Arsenal, Southampton. Well, I mean, you would love to think Southampton could get something, but
it ain't.
can you see it happening? Sadly, not. I think they're in for a bit of a hiding, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's an easier matches for the big ones. This weekend so far. So
the top's playing the third bottom, the second's playing the second, or the third playing the second bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving forward, what did Arteta had to say? What is your prediction on that match?
Oh, could be anything. 4-0, I'll go.
Wow, 4-0. Arteta.
Just finally, Aaron Ramsdale is back. I wondered if you'd spoken to him at all since his move.
Yeah, obviously I called him straight away after I got the news at the end, and he was really happy. He's a player that we lost a lot, that very charismatic, that he really put his fingerprints here at the club in the way that he was, and it will be very good to see him.
Just finally, Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, he wanted him out. He wanted him out so bad, and then he's gonna say, he left his prints over here. Shut up, man. Shut up, you backstabbing twat. All right. Next match that we got on in the weekend, Brentford versus Wolves. This should be Wolves' chance to do something interesting, to do something important. This could be that winning streak that Dazzling Dave was on about.
Well, no, you say that because Dazzling Dave said after 10 matches he wasn't considering this to be an easy game.
So Brentford is not easy. Oh, but to Wolves, there's only championship teams are easier.
No, but Brentford are at home, so it's not like America, they get the home team first here.
No, but still, I mean, you get into the same levels here.
No, I mean Brentford are sitting pretty in where are they? 12th. They can, if they win, they can go to 6th.
Yeah.
And they've got my man playing for them, Mbeumo, on fire at the minute. Did you see his goal? That was some goal.
Who nobody wants. I don't know why.
Well, I don't know. I was interested when you did the short on Almiron. You were saying that's sauce, which, let's be fair, I don't know what sort of sauce it is.
Yeah,
but they were saying that the tune were going to be in for Mbeumo in January. Well, I hope we are. Like I say, I'm sure we've got a pot of gold to spend in January. And he would be number 2 on my list, as I'm sure a lot of the listeners and watchers all know.
Queen of Heart asking who's the referee for this one. I don't think we see it here. It just says the stadium, and that's it. So we have no clue.
The G-Tech Stadium.
But all right. Talking about Brentford, though, we do have some statements on Thomas Frank's behalf. Let's take a listen to what he talked about his team.
Goal against Manchester City, 22 seconds. Goal against Tottenham, 23 seconds. 37 seconds against West Ham.
A little bit slow.
Why did you leave it so late last weekend?
Yeah, of course. It's in many ways it's fantastic that we've been able to score under a minute 3 games in a row. Have you checked if it's a world record?
It's a difficult one to check.
Yeah. So we of course have checked that, So we spoke to our guys at Matthew's company, and I think they analyzed 1 million games, and no one have done it 3 games in a row. So it must be a world record. Is that okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Of course, it's a nice one. I think the next thing is that next time we score within a minute, we need to keep the lead and win and get 3 points. That's so always something to improve. But of course, jokes aside, we train on it. It's a set piece. We've been training on it for a long time. Then sometimes when you train on things, sometimes you go quick. Then you score on 4 corners in a row, or you score on 3 kicks in a row. Of course, the likelihood of scoring on a corner is bigger than a kickoff. And of course, we trained on it today as well.
Interesting, man. Have you heard of that stat? 3 games in a row.
Yeah,
within
3
the upper
games
limit.
in the first minute.
That's
Never been.
interesting.
It's never been done before in the top flight in England. Well, it's, as long as they've been keeping records for.
What do you think about the match, though? What's it going to be? Brentford Wolves.
Well, I like Frank, and I like what he does with Brentford. I like the way he plays. Very Eddie Howish, really. He just goes at them, and can Wolves find something? They're in a bit of a rut at the minute. I don't know. No, I think Brentford probably 2-0.
All right, Brentford 2-0.
And Andy Madeley's the referee there, incidentally.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got Leicester and Bournemouth next. That's a good one. I think Leicester should get this one.
Well, they've got to start. These are the games. If Leicester are going to stay up, these are the games that they have to win, you would say, in fact.
Yeah, but that's what you would say about Wolves, too, to beat Brentford.
Yeah, but that's away. I'm talking about your home games against dare we say lesser teams? Dare we, at the minute? The bottom 10 have got to win their home games against the other bottom 10. Because realistically, they're the vast majority of the points they're going to pick up will be at home against the lesser teams. There'll be the odd upset where they beat one of the top teams and they'll get the odd draw away. But the vast majority of the points that they're going to need will be won at home against the lesser sides. But Bournemouth, again, are playing fantastic football at the minute. They are up there with Brentford. I think they're just above them. I think I was just looking at the referees, so I've knocked the thing off. This was Darren Bond's referee in this one. Don't know much about him off the top of my head.
Right.
Mason would tell us all about that.
Why? Because it's Welsh.
He always knows which referees have been unkind to the tune in the past.
Yeah.
But you see, there's a lot of these referees that we don't get because they're northeast based or based near the teams that will play. So you tend to find that
we're playing against everybody. So
yeah, out of a pool of whatever 40 Premiership referees, each team tends to only get, like, I would say, a maximum of about 10 of them because of the geographic.
Which is weird anyway, because if you're like a big team, you can get fans from all over the country. So it's stuff like you can be born.
I think by and large the PGMOL who run the refs, I think they know they know Michael Oliver's a Newcastle supporter, for example. So we'll never get Michael Oliver, one of the best refs in the league.
I don't know if they have an actual thing that tells or a requirement when you apply, tell me what team you were supporting, which could be.
They may not have an actual thing, but I'm pretty sure they'll be aware.
But you can't assume that on everybody else though. So if you're born in Birmingham, you could be a Man United fan.
Well, if you're born, this is the problem. You see, if you're born in Birmingham, you could be a Birmingham fan, a West Brom fan, a Aston Villa fan, a Wolverhampton fan.
But the chances that you are a fan of a big team are high.
Yeah.
Very high, and you don't know. But okay, well, it's still a good conversation. Anyways, what's your prediction on Leicester Bournemouth?
1-1. I think it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be. I think they're both going to drop points.
So, if you're born in London, you can never referee any London team.
I think that's
tough.
pretty much. I think that's pretty much the way it works. Yeah.
You have to have a lot of referees. On
Yeah.
payroll.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the pool is. Now I can quickly look that up.
Yeah, because that is tough right there.
Just stick that. I'm just going to mute myself for a second.
Yeah. All right. The next one is going to be Manchester City and Fulham at home for them. That is got to be a really, really good game for Man City to get back to winning days. Unless Fulham is really good in the table, though. Fulham is busy right now in the Premier League, just right below us, I think, by 1 point. So, they're not. It's not going to be an easy matchup, to say the least, for Pep and his boys. But let's go with some of Pep's statements today about this weekend.
FIFA is their regulations for the Club World Cup, and part of it is basically turning around to all the teams and saying you have to bring your strongest players to the States. Now, we've heard from players saying they're worried about playing too many games, players saying they're preparing for 60, 70 game seasons. What's your reaction to them?
What is the strongest players? Which ones?
I mean, I presume it's you can't. Yeah, they'll say, look, you can't.
No, but the FIFA will tell me for them which players are stronger than the other ones. I don't understand that.
So, are you worried that your selection issue, of how you select a team, could be dictated by someone else?
No, we go all the squad there. We don't go for one game, right? So I don't know how it's the competition itself right now, but we don't go for 11 players. We go for all the squad. But I don't understand how is the selection, this player is stronger than the one. I know. But the stronger it means in forms. And maybe the strongest players for them is in really, really, really bad conditions for many reasons. Personal, physical, injuries, niggles. And he's going to play another ones. I'm not going to tell them, I'm not going to send before the games which player has to play. I would decide. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't tell somebody. How do you? That's stupid. How do you know which one's the best players? Everybody can say, or you can. FIFA can say, well, if you have this many stats, I guess in your local league, I guess you can do it that way. But yeah, I mean, interesting. All right. Well, that was Pep on the FIFA World Cup, and also he addresses fans on his future at Man City. Let's take a listen.
Obviously, the fans are you directly. Do you want to stay? Do you have an answer for them?
I said in the beginning of the press conferences, I'm not going to talk about this subject. When it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Hi, Pat. Obviously, the fans.
Well, going to happen is going to happen. Okay. Well,
I go to the tune.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Would you tell Eddie how Eddie is over, man? Because Pep wants to come. Would you?
I'll tell you what I would tell him. Leeds have just equalised. Come on.
You wouldn't. Yeah, man.
No, I think if Pep wanted to come, I would have to.
You had to sack his ass.
I'd have to throw my hat in and say, "Sorry, Ed, you've done a fantastic job for us."
Yeah, exactly.
But we've got a guy here who's probably just a tad better than what you are, and he's prepared to come. So on that basis, it would be good night, Vienna. Very, very, very sadly.
It ain't no. Stop. Just get it done, man. Let's make a decision. That's the way it works. But that actually is not even reality. So it's not even doesn't even make sense to discuss on it. But Man City.
I didn't realize I was muted when I was saying before. Surprisingly, there's actually only 20 Premier League referees.
Exactly. So I guarantee you, the London thing doesn't work like that.
I thought maybe it was 40.
Maybe it is about region in London that you can't be from. You know, if you're from North London, you can't referee North London
I don't know
clubs.
about that because your affiliation in London could be for a myriad of
Yeah,
reasons.
but so
couldn't it?
the same way for anybody in anywhere in the country. You know, they could be there are Arsenal fans all over the country. What are you talking about? Anyways, let's get back on it. Man City, Fulham. What do you think? This could be Man City's way to get back on track.
I would love Fulham to get something, but I cannot see it.
Hey, Fulham is okay. Fulham is doing good, man.
Yeah, they're doing very well. They've got it's basically Arteta 2.0 in it.
Yeah,
they've got Anderson from Palace, but from Arsenal they've got Reece Nelson, and Mr. Double-Barreled. Oh, had a great game against us. What do they call him again, man? Oh, help us out.
Oh,
Double-Barreled surname. Right midfield. Sorry, left midfield. Oh, Smith Rowe, Emil Smith Rowe.
Oh yeah, but he's not. He's a 10, man.
Yeah, I'm saying left midfield. And going great guns. The pair, I would love Fulham to get something. But can I see them at the Etihad? Oh no, I've got to say 3-1 City.
Come on, City.
And that's under the whistle of Peter Banks.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. All right. Why is that coming again through? Oh, maybe something going on here. Anyways, well, nobody see. You know, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, but Fulham is.
Fulham would get anything. It would be great if they could. Although I don't know. You say, having said that, a City win would be best for us because they are neck and neck with us. So it'd be just like the thing for Fulham to win.
Right. Hell yeah, man. Okay. Well, that is that match right there.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Premier League referees are required to declare their club allegiances.
What's up, Jumpadoni?
But the PGMOL does not reveal their individual declarations. So that's interesting. I don't know, is that in the handbook, Mighty Mark, or what? I've made a note yet to look it up, actually.
Well, I would assume they would, though. The referees, I mean, being asked, it's just like anything. And it's part of the job. You can't be biased towards a certain club.
Yeah.
And if you want the job, you better tell us, motherfucker. What you talking about? I mean, and to be honest, you can do you can like, you know, ask for if you play. Most have played, just couldn't, so they turn into referees. You know, if you played academy for what team or whatever. You know, if you're in the Northeast, if you play for Sunderland, you could be a Newcastle fan, regardless. You were there in that region, so you can't referee nobody.
That's
there.
right.
So, there you go. All right, and the next match in line, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be West Ham United versus Ipswich. So, give me some predictions on that, folks, in the chat, as well as you, Mighty Win.
Well, I predicted West Ham were going to have a great season.
No, you're wrong.
I thought that transfer business looked really good. They hung on to Jared Bowen. How is Paqueta still playing? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
this is unbelievable. He's had these gambling charges since roughly the same time as Tonali had them. And his are far worse, by the way, because he was doing spot betting on yellow cards, which in his own games, so he could get yellow cards, which is how he was captured, because his family in Brazil were betting on the yellow card that he got.
Captured? What are we talking about here, man?
Well, that's how his crimes were discovered.
Crimes? Jesus.
crimes because his family he was getting deliberate yellow cards that his family was spot betting on.
Yeah.
That's how he got captured, because there was an
Yes.
irregular betting pattern that said, hold on, all of a sudden we've got 20,000 people in the favelas betting on Paqueta to get a yellow card in the first half.
Yeah, that's
And he
crazy.
does. So that was how it all came to light.
Yeah.
But this was at the same time as Tonali got done, and all he ever did was bet on his own team. He never bet against his own team. They've got all the bets. It's all out in the open. He was just betting on his team to win, which I think you should be allowed to do, to be honest. Gives you a bit more incentive, doesn't it? So anyway, I thought even without Paqueta, or Paquetá as we're supposed to call him, West Ham would have a great season. They've got him. They've hung on to Bowen. They've hung on to what do they call the winger? It escapes me, but you'll know who I mean. The left winger, great player.
Bowen.
And they're just not doing it. David Moyes has gone out the way, and Lopetegu's come in, and basically, according to all the West Ham fans, he's playing Moyes ball.
Yeah, not playing good. Not playing
but
good.
Having said that, at home to the Tractor Boys, I still think they should have too much for them.
In the London Stadium.
The London Stadium, indeed, the old Olympic Stadium. I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham.
2-0 West Ham United. All right. Do we have anything on West Ham? No, we don't. So, okay, we're going to move on next swiftly and quickly. Obviously, if you're a Newcastle fan, subscribe to NUFC Talk TV on YouTube at NUFC Talk TV. Subscribe to that channel. Full coverage of Newcastle United there. We're Newcastle fans, obviously. And Everton, Newcastle. Obviously, we talked in depth of what Newcastle has to do. But on the Everton side of things, they need to win this game, don't they? I mean, looking at it from their perspective, obviously.
Well,
I don't think it's going to be easy, though. I don't think they look at it. I think they look at it as a very tough match for them.
I don't think it's going to be easy for us, but I think we should have enough for them. You know, when we did the player comparisons yesterday, or yesterday,
our midfield killed them.
Yeah, and well, they actually only got, the way we had them lined up, they only got one player in the team, and that was Branthwaite for Byrne. But that was because of the way we had them lined up, because we had like Bruno versus McNeil or whatever. But I would certainly say that our team would be stronger with, I would still have Dan Byrne in front of Branthwaite, but I would definitely have McNeil and DCL in place of Murphy and Barnes.
Yep.
In place of Murphy, and so we would have Gordon, DCL, McNeil.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, actually. McNeil on the right. And I think our team would be stronger with those two. But nonetheless, if we can play anywhere near like we did against Man City, we should beat them.
Yeah, but so I was saying on the Everton side of things, you know, Everton need to look at this and say we need to continue. Obviously, we talked about Newcastle.
Yeah, they got their first win last week,
and so they're going to try to continue. Shout out to Trextra. Right there, says big up Chris, Mega Mag, and Mighty Man. I don't know if we've seen each other maybe, or you've been on a previous stream of ours, but let me know what team you follow, man. What team do you support in the Premier League? And you know, it'd be good to know you a bit better. He says, "Yo, UTV." Who's UTV?
No idea.
But anyways, let us know, bro. Let us know what's happening. If you look at it from the Everton perspective, I don't think it'll be tough for them to win back-to-back games, to be honest. But I think a draw maybe could be. But they are playing at home nonetheless, so they can look at that. Oh, Textrat says Aston Villa. We're gonna get to Villa quickly, man. You guys are
Well, we're going to get there.
cooking in the Champions League. So we're gonna up the Villa, says Tetrax. Up the Villa it is. And we do share a player. I became a Newcastle fan because of Nobi Solano, and Nobi Solano did his thing as well in Aston Villa, in Villa colors. He certainly did, man. So there you go. But by the way, if you just happen to, I mean, I don't know if you care too much about Newcastle content, but you can subscribe to our main Newcastle United channel. Link is in the chat pin there. You just gotta hit it, open it up, and you'll see the link if you care. We are live every day there. But this channel is for Premier League content, so you're more than welcome to stay here and even subscribe to the other one. Anyways, Everton and I mean, it's gonna be a tough one for them, to be honest, but it is what it is. Is this their last match at Goodison Park?
Well, it's our last match at Goodison Park.
Oh, it's not theirs. So they're gonna play the whole season there, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tetrax says, "Yeah, I love Newcastle." There you go, man. So, make sure you subscribe to Make sure you subscribe to NUFC Talk TV. The link is pinned in the in the chat. So we're live there as well. So make sure you subscribe to there, man. Anyways, we're gonna get to your team pretty soon right now. Yeah.
Anyway, as I've said in the prediction, 3-0 to 2.
There you go. Let's listen to Eddie Howe. And actually, this is a new one. This is on Sky Sports.
I think there's a lot more to come. I think we're excited by what we can be when we click into gear. We're still missing some top players that can make a difference as well, especially at the top end of the pitch without our two recognised number 9s at the moment. So there are challenges and continue to be challenges, but that will be the case throughout the season. What we're looking for is the team to be clear in what we're trying to do.
From what you're saying there regarding your strikers, would that tell that Alexander Isak will miss the match tomorrow?
Yeah, he won't make the game tomorrow, but we hope he'll be back after the international break, and we hope the same with Callum. So potentially good news around the corner with those two, and they're such important players for us. Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, there you go. Words by Edward Howe.
Good news around the corner.
Yeah, we don't have anything on Daesh, but I'm pretty sure he is getting ready for the game. Oh my gosh, that was tough. I'm never trying that again. There we go. Aston Villa against Manchester United. So let us know, Trextra, all about your team. What do you think about it so far this season? Aston Villa against Man U. That's going to be the match of the week. That's the match of the week. Interesting stuff. I think Villa is. I thought they were going to struggle because of the Champions League. We'll still have to see though if that's going to happen or not. But they did beat Bayern Munich 1-0. That's pretty good. They are, and they're right there in the league. They're right there. I don't think
this people can quite rightly argue that this is the difference between Unai Emery and Eddie Howe. Unai Emery beat Bayern Munich 1-0 against all the play. Now, okay, we beat PSG 4-1 on merit, completely with the play. But, you can argue when you're under he knows how to organise a side. They were under the cosh. Bayern had 17 shots, 9 on target or something.
Right.
And they kept them at bay and broke away 79th minute or whatever it was and got the winner. That's three mighty big points.
I think they're very similar performances. Well, I mean, I think as far as performance is concerned, we play better to PSG at home than they did against Bayern Munich. However, they still beat them, and we will see if playing heavy tournaments like Champions League, Premier League is going to cost them. But to be fair, they're 5th right now. I don't think we were ever that close, even this early in the season. I think we were just it wasn't a good season overall as far as
we had especially coming into the Champions League games. That was when we got all of the injuries. We lost Botman, we lost JS7, and just everything went against me. We lost Callum and Isak on an on-off basis. Barnes wasn't there. Tonali wasn't there, who should have been there. So, we were way down on our current first team 11, if you like.
Yeah, I do think that, to be honest, Aston Villa are the favorites in this match, though.
Well, I think they're definitely the favourites on current form, and especially when you look at Man U,
they're just a bad team.
Able to chuck 2 goals away here, there, and everywhere, and the turmoil that's going on with Ten Hag, and
Textra says Man U are a good side, but currently emotionally drained, and they will be coming strong. But Unai Emery has some sort of microchip in his head that tells him exactly how to approach any team. Oh, that's interesting.
That's what makes him elite, perhaps.
Yeah, no, I don't know about elite, but he is a really good manager. And
Mighty Mark Kenny bottled the tune job, as it was said last night.
Yeah,
too much on the plate for him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some managers will say, there's not much material to work with, so why would I put my head on the chopping line? If it ain't gonna work out. Eddie Howe,
absolutely right.
Eddie Howe he wanted an upgrade, so it's two different people or different careers so far. So, what's your prediction on this game?
I am hoping for a 0-0. But I think Villa might sneak it 1-0.
I do think so as well.
I don't think it'll be I don't think it'll be a good game to watch at all.
I think Villa will beat them easily.
Yeah.
But don't have anything on Unai Emery, but we do have Ten Hag speaking. Let's take a listen to Ten Hag.
Maguire said on TNT that he felt the reason behind the goals conceding quickly is a mental issue. Going to Villa Park, that's another really tricky atmosphere. How do you give the players the belief? How do you solve what he thinks the players this still issue?
What is the mental issue? So that is a range, it's a spectrum of topics, and you have to address it right. So this team has the belief that they don't give up. So they have, in that range of mentality, and they have a strong mentality. But in some other parts, they have to step up. And if you want to win trophies, yeah, definitely. And in some areas, we have to improve.
Harry Maguire said on TV.
There you go. This guy is clueless, man. Okay. Next match is Chelsea up the Chels and Forest. What would be Forest's cry of war? Up the trees.
Robin Hood, riding.
Is that where Robin Hood is from?
Yeah, sure. Forest, that's what the Forest is.
Oh man, Robin Hood.
The Forest is.
That's a good one. All right. Chelsea Forest. I think. No, Chelsea pretty good right now, man.
It's Chelsea, but so are Forest, by the way.
No.
Don't forget they went and won at Anfield last away game.
Man.
So
Forest is 10th, man.
They've got our boy playing out of his skin. Our boys. Chris Wood's got how many goals now so far? 4 or something? 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you think about the matchup?
Chelsea, I just like I say, I everybody called me a fool when I said Chelsea would be 3rd in the league before a ball was kicked. That's where I've got them in my prediction. I've got us 2nd, by the way. So everybody said I was delusional. They've got too many good players, man. Far too many good players, and they've got Cole Palmer just absolutely on fire. So it's a question of how can you stop Cole Palmer in his current form?
Yeah, and that's at home too, by the way.
Not easy, yeah.
At the bridge.
At the bridge, indeed. I think. Sorry, Forest, but I think Chelsea are going to have way too much for you.
Johnson,
3-0 Chelsea.
I wouldn't be swapping Eddie for anybody. I don't care if I get called delusional. Well, I wouldn't swap him for United. I wouldn't. But for Pep, you got me. Yeah, I would. Textrat says Chelsea will win this game. Palmer and Johnson are on form. and they have a pretty good defense in midfield. Forest is a good side, but I think they will struggle against Chelsea side 4-0. Oof, that's tough. Jonathan Shaw, Ten Hag, dead man walking. Everyone knows it. So why are we humoring each other? Humoring each other. He knows it as well. By the way, but he's
there was
playing
a
along
lovely
pretending.
lovely comment on
Chelsea secret.
talksport today, when the commentator said, "I don't know whether to be in awe of Ten Hag
or in awe
in the way that he fields these questions as if nothing's happening and everything's normal and everything in the garden's rosy, or should I be pitying him because he actually believes it?"
Exactly. No, he's terrible, man. Let's take a listen to Enzo Maresca.
Hi Enzo, if I may just follow on from what Kieran was saying. You were talking about results bring calm, but at the end of last season, Chelsea had a terrific run of results, but it still felt like it was ready to explode at any moment. Is bringing a sense of calm something you've worked on, and is that your kind of hallmark? Are you kind of that sort of person that you will bring an air of calm to a club?
I said many times, I don't know last year because I was not here. The only thing I can say, and I said that since we start, that I like to be focused on the things that I can do, something I can control. And the only part that I can control is the football side. All the noises around the club, it's something that I cannot control. I don't know if they are real noise, no real noise. I don't care about, to be honest. Because the focus for me has to be, I'm already thinking tomorrow session how we can prepare the game and win. I'm not thinking about different things.
Focus, man. I had to focus. All right. Well, that was Enzo Maresca right there. Last match, ladies and gentlemen, of the weekend. You got
and this for me is the match of the weekend. I think.
No, it isn't, man. It's Villa Man U, man.
No. This is going to be a much better game to watch than.
No, but on paper, if you have to do marketing for this weekend in the Premier League, you're gonna put Aston Villa Man U, not Brighton. Nobody gonna watch. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. This could be 6-6 or something ridiculous, because both sides just go ho, and forget about what's behind you. You know, proper Kevin Keegan football. We'll score more than you can score.
Yeah.
It could be anything, because they've both got useless defenses. Even though Tottenham have got Van der Ven in, but I mean, he's too busy marauding forward and giving assists these days. So I think this is the game that I'm looking forward to most, apart from Newcastle's, obviously.
Yeah, Brighton, Tottenham. Do you want to do? We can do a watch along on Sunday. Could be interesting. We'll have to debate, talk on that a bit more. Anyways, so what's your prediction though?
Listen. If the result could have a big bearing on where we are, it'll depend on the Everton result. So if we beat Everton, it's kind of immaterial. You would want Brighton to win. But no, I just think it'll be a great game of football for a neutral. You know, and what am I going to go with? Can I go? It'll not be 6-6. That's impossible.
Nah,
I'm going to go. Listen, you quite often
3-1
get a 4-4 score. So I'm going to go 4-4.
All right, well, that's delusional.
Tottenham have got some quality now, you know.
Yeah.
But Brighton have also got some quality. I think it might depend on whether Pedro is fit or not, because he missed missed last week.
All right. Well, let's listen to Postecoglou say the word "mate" again on this press conference.
3 games in charge of Spurs last night, flown by. Where do you see Spurs in 100 games under your management?
many wouldn't have said that I'd make 50, mate.
There you go.
When I was on about 46. So, look, it's obviously, you know, as managers, there's always a kind of ticking clock against our tenure at all times. So anytime you reach a sort of milestone, it's always, I guess, an indication of people still believe in what you're trying to do. So it has flown by, to be fair. You know, it's obviously 15, 16 months, 50 games, but enjoyed every one of them. And yeah, hopefully next 50 are, you know, ones where we can make a real impact.
50 games in charge of Spurs.
All right, so that was Postecoglou on his match against Brighton, and that was all the games for game week 7 of the Premier League 2024-25 season. So good matches, man. Good matches this weekend, to say the least. Very looking forward to Aston Villa, Manchester United. I think that would be a really good one. But
I think
you
they'll
say
just cancel
Spurs.
each other out.
I think like you said, Brighton Spurs could be another one. The other ones are going to be easy, to be honest. I think Chelsea will be easily Forest, and I think Arsenal the same with Southampton, and Liverpool the same thing with Ipswich.
But you see,
Ipswich
I'm just hoping that Palace will, being at home, you know, they'll show some resilience. That's me hope there. And let's not see if Liverpool get an early goal, you know, anything could happen. But but it's the first one, so we'll be up watching that in the morning. And it could, you know, if Liverpool get another 3 points, then the pressure's on because they are moving away, and the pressure's then mightily on Arsenal and City, who are both at home that day, 3 o'clock. You know, if Liverpool have won, they are going to be really flat out to get the wins.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that was our predictions for this weekend. We shall see if they come to fruition or not. We'll try to do a Monday show review in the Premier League, but stay tuned for videos, short videos on this channel. So, you know, help those out. Give us a like, you know, and all that stuff. But thank you so much for your support. We're on our way right now. We got to get some rest, of course. We got been working heavily on these channels. Subscribe to NUFC Talk
And
TV.
we're going to be on the go for a long time tomorrow.
Yeah, man. So if you are a Newcastle fan or interested in Newcastle United content, subscribe to NUFC Talk TV. The link has been in the chat, and I'm sure you can find it in the description of the channel as well. So thank you so much, Textrack. Thank you so much. Share it with all this channel. Share it with all Premier League fans. Of course, we're going to talk about every team. And every team will get some love, some talk, at least. You know, when we do the preview, we want to talk about all teams, not just one particular matchup or, you know, Arsenal, etc. Another team. So we're gonna try to keep everybody involved. But thank you so much for your support. We'll see you on the next one, folks. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. How are the lads?